How you doing, everyone? Welcome to wonderful Sri Lanka. I'm here with my really good friend Aki from Travolution. He's going to hook us up with some touring around the place. We're on the south coast in an amazing villa right on the beach. I'm going to be cooking beachside, lots of different food or local food. But first, we're going to head over to Colombo. You're going to show us some
places to eat, some of the best places in Colombo that you can try some really local food.
Let's go and do it.
mutton fire, mutton brain, seafood, cuttlefish egg, and prawns, and many fish, diamond fish, goldfish, egg. And curry.
Before we actually start cooking, I just want to show you some regular or common spices for Sri Lankan cooking. So let's take a look at the top there. We've got some crushed chili, turmeric, chili powder, gorica. And gorica is a dried fruit, a little bit like tamarind. That's used as a souring kind of agent. Good for chicken and meat, and especially for fish. Goes in lots of curries. Cloves, mustard seeds, fenugreek or methi seeds, cinnamon. Of course, cinnamon in Sri Lanka is grown here. It's absolutely wonderful. Rampa or pandan leaves, curry leaves, and then curry powders. Very common. You get a light and a roasted. The roasted kind of goes in a little bit near the end usually. It's got a lovely, wonderful, just roasted flavour to it. And the common one there is the kind of base. But yeah, these are kind of, not all the spices used in Sri Lanka, but very, very common. The most kind of common ones, I would say. Okay. No trip to Sri Lanka could be complete without a chicken curry. Absolutely wonderful, served everywhere. I truly, truly, truly love this dish. Let's go and do it. Let's take a look at some of the ingredients here. So we've got a whole chicken here, bone in, the skin has been taken off. Salt, spices today, we're going to be using some chili powder, some curry powder, some black pepper, along with some rampa or pandan leaves, curry leaves, a little bit of cinnamon stick, tomato, onions, garlic, fresh chili, and as always in Sri Lanka, coconut milk. Let's go and do it. So we're going to start off with some oil in there. I'm using a coconut oil, but you could be using any other oil you wanted. We're going to get into that our chili, onions, and our garlic. And our rampa, cinnamon, and the curry leaves. We're going to saute this on a medium heat for like 2 to 3 minutes only. Keep stirring. Fantastic, just getting those lovely flavours all together. Now it's time to introduce the chicken. And like I said, this is a whole chicken. The skin's been taken off, but all the bone is in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to saute this for about 5 to 6 minutes, stirring often. Just been going for a few minutes. Obviously this chicken's nowhere near cooked yet, but certainly on its way. What I'm going to do now is add some salt in there to taste. Then I'm going to add some black pepper. I'm going to add some curry powder and chili powder. Quite a lot of chili powder. In that goes. I'm now going to stir this around and keeping it moving now all the time for about 4 minutes. It's coming together so well. But like I say, keep stirring this because you'll burn your powders. Once your powders go in, you need to keep it moving. Simply, we're going to add like a cup or a glass of water. And we're going to let that go on the same kind of medium or above medium heat, just for 5 minutes. You can give that a stir every now and then. Chicken curry at its best. Look at that, amazing. Right, next up, we're going to add some coconut milk. In that goes. Staying on this same heat, we're going to cook that for 5 minutes. And there's only one more ingredient to go in, which is some tomatoes, which we're just going to add at the end, throw in at the end and serve. That is a wok of goodness. Look at that, fantastic. Completely done, wonderful. Finally, some tomatoes. In they go. Just stir them in. You don't have to really cook the tomatoes, you want them kind of nice and raw. That is ready to serve. There you go, a lovely, beautiful Sri Lankan chicken curry. Chicken curry, done. Absolutely wonderful. With rice, white or red. Coconut. You'll find these everywhere on every road as you're driving along. Someone will be selling these. Stop, get one, drink it. It's full of absolute wonderful goodness. They're cheap as anything, really, really cheap. So they'll take it, they'll cut it off for you, give you a straw, drink the juice, cut it open, scoop out the center, just full of goodness. You must do this when you're in Sri Lanka. I have this every single day while I'm here. Delicious. When you're in Sri Lanka, skip the big supermarkets and get yourself down to a local market. They're great fun, you'll meet some lovely people, get amazing produce, and at the same time you'll be supporting local farmers and producers. So, whole Sambol. Let's just take a look at some ingredients here. So we've got some dried fish or Maldives fish, grated coconuts. We've got a coconut like that and ground it out. I'll show you that a bit later. Here we've got some crushed red chilli and fresh green chilli, salt, some lime and some onions. What we're going to do is we're basically going to use this and we're going to just bash the life out of it and get it really going. Absolutely delicious. Very, very simple. One of Sri Lanka's most famous delicious dishes. Okay, let's get started. Now traditionally you'd have a stone, a big stone, rubbed with another big stone as well. I can show you that, we've done that in a video before, but we're going to use this today. So we're going to start off by dropping in our onions and our chili, and then in goes our Maldives fish, our dried fish. And we're going to add a little bit of salt. Now you can adjust this however you want. So simply now, we're going to get working. Okay, so we've got that crushed down quite a bit to a lovely consistency there. Next up, we're going to add the coconut, which is the main ingredient really. And then the crushed chili. I mean, add as much or as little as you like. I'm going to give that a little mix to help it on its way. And then we're going to go back in and we're going to beat it. Okay, so I've been going for like 5 minutes. You really have to kind of work this, but that is delicious. Absolutely wonderful. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a squeeze of lime in there. And again, as much or as little as you like. And then one final mix on this, or pounding, and we're done. It's absolutely the easiest thing in the world, apart from a little bit of elbow grease, that is. But delicious. And look at that, absolutely wonderful. That is just so easy to make. So delicious. Taste that. Coconut, spicy. The lime cuts right through there. Easy peasy. And perfect with everything in Sri Lanka. So with our deviled shrimp today, we're going to be serving a simple fried rice, some chop suey or fried vegetables, and some kangkong or some form of spinach or long green leaves. So the ingredients we're going to be using for this deviled prawn or shrimp, let's take a little look now. So here we go, I've got some beautiful shrimps here, or prawns. What we've done is we've deveined them, cleaned them out, and just kept the very end of the shell on. I've got some chili paste here, ketchup, oyster sauce, salt and pepper, garlic, tomatoes, some green or spring onions, capsicums, these are kind of a light colour one you get here, and onions. What we're going to do first, before we go into the kitchen, is we're going to get some salt and pepper onto the shrimps, mix it up, and then what we're going to do is deep fry them. So there you go, like I say, just a little bit of salt and pepper, not too much. In it goes. We're just going to give that a little mix around. And then we're off to the kitchen, and what we're going to do is we're going to deep fry these little babies. And we're going to be well on our way to making a beautiful deviled prawn. So as you can see here, I've got a wok here with some hot oil happening. There's like sort of 2-3 centimeters of oil. We're going to take our prawns, salt and peppered, and in they go. And what we're going to do is we're going to cook these for about 4 minutes. Okay, so these are looking amazing. They've been like 3 to 4 minutes. Check them out. Fantastic. What we're going to do is we're going to set these aside. Then I'm going to reduce this oil down by sort of 90%. But we do want to fry the vegetables in this oil because this oil has some absolutely wonderful flavours now. Let me reduce that. So back in the wok, a little bit of that oil, just heating that up nicely. What we're going to do is we're going to drop in some garlic, some onions, and our capsicums, or peppers, whatever you call them, bell peppers. In they go. And we're literally only going to go for like 90 seconds or so, just maybe a little bit longer, aren't we? So these have just now taken a little bit of colour. What we're going to do now is we're going to add in some ketchup, a little bit of oyster sauce, and some chili paste. We're going to saute this for just a few seconds. And now in go our fried prawns. Now let's just go now for about 1 or 2 minutes, stirring all the time. Absolutely wonderful. Now we're going to add like a splash of water, really a small amount of water in there. I'm going to go just for another 60 seconds on this, then we're nearly finished. Absolutely wonderful. Simply, we're done now. What we've got to do is drop in some tomatoes, some green onions, spring onions or scallions, whatever you call them. We're going to give that a stir. And this deviled prawn is ready to serve.